We'll move on now to other business, and this is a Atlas Preliminary Urban Renewal District Boundaries Concept, and Troy is here for the presentation.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. 2 weeks ago, we took a look and dove into this particular item, and so I'm going to move right through it with your permission. What we're seeking is your acceptance of this concept based on the urban renewal districts. Please remember that this project has many moving parts to it, and this is one of the next steps in it. As we have stated, the preservation of the waterfront for the public and open space is in this plan. Development of sufficient land sales is what we are working our consultants on, and tax increment revenues to make all this work, which would include roads and infrastructure for development, and the creation of a unique and desirable development that reflects our community along some very beautiful waterfront. This plan has come in a number of different steps, and this step is showing dollars coming from the Lake District, which will sunset in the year 2021, to help pay for those public improvements along that waterfront. And Phil Boyd did a good job of describing that, so you see that on the southern boundary along the water. We are proposing, as we work on this, a clean and green concept that you heard about 2 weeks ago. We also are working on the creation of a new district that is going to be worked on in a feasibility study to show you what the plan is for the new proposed Atlas district. And then, of course, the River District, which runs along Celtice and moves west to the city's boundary, is a district that still has time on the books. Expanding it will allow us to have cash flow that will assist with the proposed change to expand that. We are regulated by state code on how much these districts can expand, and look at the way in which we think this will develop. You also saw 2 weeks ago that the implementation plan is going to start more on the west side of this property, thus the importance of keeping it moving, looking at some commercial development, and bringing forward a feasibility plan for the new Atlas district. That plan will be looked at by Ignite. That plan will go to the Planning and Zoning Commission, presented to them for their approval, and then you will get a chance to vote on that as well. So again, we wanted the public to understand the changes and that it is moving forward, and I bring that forward to you this evening.
Questions for Troy? Woody?
So explain to me how the River District is kind of in the middle of that. That's not a shoestring. Is the district move up across the top of Celtice there?
It runs along Celtice, correct.
Okay,
all the way out to the western boundary. So yes, that's a great observation. It's not a shoestring. It connects right onto Celtice. All the improvements on Celtice have been helped with by urban renewal as well.
I think the colors threw me off.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Dan?
Yeah, Troy, is this one thing or is this three things? So we're really talking about new district, we're talking about expanding the Lake District and expanding the River District. So tonight we're doing what?
You're conceptually agreeing that this proposal works for you at this time till we can bring back all those details on the meets and the bounds and exactly where it sits on this parcel.
I thought we did this last time, but I want to ask the mayor and Dan, who served on the Urban Renewal Board, what their, because I thought that was our intention when Phil came here and we were like, yeah, looks good. And at the meeting, I think Phil said that City Council didn't have any issues with it. So why is it back to us? What's the thing? Do you remember from the meeting?
It had something to do with where it was at on the agenda and whether it had the ability to be voted on or not. And so it was just a presentation last time.
Okay.
And it came back this time so council can say conceptually move forward with this plan.
All righty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Kiki?
I just wanted to clear this piece up, that what we're conceptually agreeing to is this map, not the map that we have in our packet that shows all the detail within the plan.
You are correct. You are not conceptually approving that map at this time, because that is going to probably be in a state of continual flux as they nail down what could go on that. That was more or less the phasing plan, if I could take it to a conceptual side. When we first showed you this, the first phase was going to be much more east of where it is on the new concept. And you heard from Phil why we wanted to go with the phasing now. It helps with infrastructure such as water and sewer lines, looping those things. So yeah, that's an excellent observation. You're not approving
Yeah, I
any
think
level
it's just one of those
detail.
things that's important when you have this much detail, that those lots are not platted like that, and that there isn't exactly those trees, and it's going to look something like that. But that's a phasing map, and what we're really approving are these boundaries within the property.
But those good questions go along with it. So we wanted to get as much information out there to the public and do it over a couple weeks and say, this is the next step.
Other questions for Troy? If there are no other questions, we're looking for council action.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we recommend staff move forward with the proposed urban rural district adjustments and creation of the new Atlas district.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Just a couple of items, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I hope this is enough for them to go forward. I don't like the ping pong. I mean, I thought it was good last time, it wasn't, so hopefully, and to my two Urban Renewal Board fellows up here, yeah, move forward. We want to get this Atlas thing done. This is a priority. And the second thing is just a comment, which is, I think it would, when we did our de-annexation, we had city staff go to them. And I think if they have an issue, it would be really nice if they would come to us instead of our city staff, so that if there was a question that we can ask them directly. I think that would work a lot better. Just a suggestion.
All right.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Troy.